newspaper, internet, among many others, are examples of the media. However, the media as an institution of socialization has the ability to shape character and behavioral pattern of its users. It shapes the way we relate with one another in the society, the way we interact, and our behavioral pattern, especially among the youth. So, what is the effect of the media on the youth behavior? And how can the youth employ the media to be more efficiently for personal growth and nation building? And this will be our discussion on Every Voice Matters. I am Samuel Owosho, and to discuss this topical issue with me today, I have with me Dr. Gideon Ogoniye. You're welcome on the show, sir.
Thank you, Samuel, for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. Thanks for being here, Dr. Gideon. Sir, can you just explain to us the relationship between the youth and the media? How important is the media to the youth?
I've seen several studies that have said that 60% of youths in America, in Europe, are active social media users. And some studies have further shown that each of these young people that are active on social media spend an average of 2.5 hours daily on social media. And when we talk about the media, we are not talking about just the social media. They are also spending time on the TV, on their smartphones, and different things that have, because of the technology advancement that we have, that has been inextricably linked together. For instance, with your smartphone, you can watch YouTube, you can connect your YouTube to your TV. So what I see happening is that young people are spending so much time on the media, and what that tells you is that anything that people spend long time on, anything that people give so much attention to, it means that thing is very, very important. So the media has become a huge part of the lives of young people in all over the world.
Wow, that's so interesting. Even I have heard someone here in Nigeria that spent 8 to 15 hours on a smartphone. It is indeed a time consuming. Now, based on youth usage and exposure to the media, what effect does the media have on the youths? How does the media influence the youth? Even, is there any way the media at some point influence the youth at all?
Yes, so the media, like I said, anything that people spend long hours doing, paying much attention to, has everlasting effects on them, whether they notice it or not. But one way or the other, it has strong effects on them. And what we've seen today is that young people, kids, children are exposed to television, to the internet on a daily basis. And it has both positive and negative effects. The negative effect is that we now have addiction to these technologies. We have addictions to some of the programs on the internet, on the television. We have teenagers having gaming addiction, gambling addiction. We have people even having exposure to violent content, and that is kind of shaping their behaviors. People seeing non-restricted content. So all of these have negative effects, and it also impacts young people positively. People are collaborating with others to develop themselves. People are socializing. So there are positive effects in the sense that the media is good for education, the media is good for empowerment, skill development. So it depends on how you consume the content from
the media.
From the media.
So the way you receive things from the media will determine how it will affect you in one way or the other. So you can decide to consume media content and it will produce a positive result. And whereas if you decide to consume it in the other hand, it may bring the negative impact. That's nice, Dr. Gideon. Of course, how can the youth employ the media to effectively and efficiently grow in nation building and importantly in politics?
The first thing I would say is that young people must build strong value system. They must build strong value system. What value system means is that what is important to you, what matters to you, and by one way or the other, they influence your actions. So, and when we start making decisions based on our values, good values, we start making deliberate choices on what is important to us. So I want young people to engage the media based on good social values, based on good, strong value system, that they look out for those things that are beneficial to them, those things that will develop them mentally, not things that will affect their mental health. For instance, if you spend too much time on watching violent content on the media, then it's going to affect your mental health, whether you know it or not, one way or the other. So, but if you spend times on educational content like this advocacy project, you are following us, you are watching the kind of education we are giving, what it does is that it gives you education, it gives you empowerment, and it's and there's this thing they call collaborative creativity, inspiring others on social media, inspiring others on the media, starting a movement, collaborating with other people to do things that are good for the society, to do things that will build you up. Because the youth of today, they are tomorrow's future, and the youth must be ready to use the media to build themselves, to equip themselves with the skills, with the knowledge, with the traits, with the values that are very good for building a sustainable society that all of us can live in. So that is how I expect young people to engage the media.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Gideon. Over the weeks, I was speaking with a friend of mine, and my friend was lamenting how now she has been so addicted to her smartphone. And she said she can't even actually help herself. Now, unconsciously, she will just hold her phone from morning till night without even going out, and does not even have the eagerness to speak with people. And we can see that smartphone has replaced interpersonal relationship, and people can freely speak with their friends online. How can you advise youth on addiction? How can they stop this act per se?
So if you are having those addiction, and don't it's not just your friend, don't let us make mistakes about it. Majority of the people, of young people today, are addicted to their smartphones. There is this fear of missing out for each hour that they are not using their smartphone to access their Facebook, Instagram account. It's like the world has ended. It even affects adults, not just young people. So there is this addiction, and what that leads to mental health problems. It leads to feeling of insecurity, because it leads to because you start patterning your life towards what you see on the media, and then you want to see you see your friends, you see the kind of thing, the background where they are, the holidays they are doing, and then you start feeling, you see the body, the display on social media, you start having insecurity, lack of confidence in yourself. So what I would say is that people that are having this problem, they need to seek for help, professional help, if it is has got to a level where that addiction they cannot control. So they need to seek for professional help, and they also must think about themselves. They have to do themselves. Do yourself. I always tell people, do yourself. Don't allow the media to influence you into things that should not define you. So, but people should know that they have to do themselves, and they also have to understand that they are social currency. If you use social media too much, you have become a product. You have become a product of social media. So people should have understanding, because I see people having brag about the number of likes they have on their picture, and if their picture doesn't get those likes, they feel depressed. That shows that they've turned themselves to a social currency. It means that the value that other people give to them on social media is the value they give to themselves. But if you give yourself value, if you define yourself by who you are, not by the likes or the share or the reposts that you get on social media, it means that you have control over your mental health. You have control over your everything about you. So I would say that people that are having strong addiction and are unable to deal with this addiction by themselves have to seek for professional help that can help them.
Oh, thank you so much. It's indeed a great time with you, Dr. Gideon Oguniye. Thanks for joining me on the program today. I really appreciate it.
Nice.
And this is where we're drawing the curtain close on Every Voice Matters. I am Samuel Owosho. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.